All right, it's your boy KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast, SL Sports Language, giving you the livest, latest news about sports. And let me put it to you like this: you disagree with what I say, debate me about it. You got an opinion, debate me about it. Hold on. If you don't like what I said, debate me about it. Speaking of debate me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on, the comment section, like, comment, subscribe, so you get your latest news and reports about sports from SL Sports Language. It's your boy KJ, so let's get into it. This video, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of inspired to make this video, and plus it's a hot topic, but I want to turn this video semi-inspirational, semi-lesson, and also factual. So it's gonna be factual with an opinion, but also with a lesson in this video to show that everybody's not perfect, man. You don't know what people go through. So we got to talk about my main man, Micheal Porter Jr. I repeat, Micheal Porter Jr. So if you don't know who Micheal Porter Jr. is, he's an NBA player. He played in Missouri. He came into the league. He was balling with the Denver Nuggets. Now he's with the Brooklyn Nets. And he's a pretty good player. When I say mediocre, now he nice. I say he's nice. He's a good complimentary player. He's a good supporting cast, and he did his part with the Nuggets. And hopefully he does his thing with the Brooklyn Nets. But he recently posted a video on his channel, his YouTube channel, and the title has said, let's be honest for a moment. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's a good video. You guys should watch it. And this video is kind of catching some buzz because he's talking about his vices. He's talking about his temptations. He's talking about how, he was saying how, and you can watch the video itself. He was saying how when he wasn't, he's having a tough time being close to God. He says when he's with God, walking with God as a Christian with faith, walking, just trying to walk a straight line, he feel like he's closer to God. But when he's not closer to God or closer to Jesus himself and Christ, he feels, temptation, different vices. He was talking about his brother. His brother vice is gambling, and his vice, the devil comes in the shape of a woman. You know what I mean? And he was talking about how, I'm gonna get into the facts on what he said. He said this, so you can watch this yourself. He was saying how, he had struggles with that. He was saying how these past NBA seasons, he's been struggling, good, bad relationships with God himself, and how he went on a trip to Costa Rica to detach himself from the phone and reconnect with God, and how he's trying to prioritize with God, and he feels like he's not really at a good place with Jesus Christ himself, but he's trying to change his ways. He's trying to do better because he feel like, he can't do anything without God. And he's pretty much in the video, he's trying to explain how, the materialistic things, the worldly things, yeah, those are, pleasurable, but a moment of pleasure, only momentarily. Because he was saying how, and you guys believe who you want to believe in, whether it be Muslim, Buddhism, Christian, Catholic. I just want to put that out there to any religion. You believe what you want to believe in. This is his perspective. This is what he was saying as a Christian. He was saying how, you can't take these things with you. Money, fame, watches. He was trying to tell the viewers that a lot of people think, you guys want to be in my shoes or be in somebody else's shoes. But he was saying how statistically, a person that has everything is lonely and has contemplate or eventually, going to suicide and commit it because they have everything but still lonely. And he was trying to say how, all his siblings are married. He's the only one that's not married, and he feels like he's struggling with women, and struggling with lust, and struggling with trying to flee from lust, and trying to walk with God and prioritize God before he leaves his house, or by the end of the day. He said he's up and down, but trying to be a man of faith and trying to do better with that. And you know what I mean? I just want to say, man, Micheal Porter Jr., man, I'm proud of you. I respect you. And before I say that, I just want to say I don't understand why people are clowning him. I don't understand why people are coming after Micheal Porter Jr. for being honest and trying to get right with God, and also trying to walk a fine line, trying to do better, especially with this NBA lifestyle. Because best believe it's a lifestyle. Just like the NFL, just like the NHL, just like the soccer players, even though it's not as on a higher level in the NFL and NBA, because these organizations are in America, even though NHL is in America. But you get the point. When you think about lifestyles, they always talk about either NBA or NFL, because those are the ones that's in the news media. Those are the ones that's always like where they get in trouble or not in trouble or crazy stories. So I'm gonna break this down. But first, yeah, I don't get why people are clowning him. I gotta watch this video, but Jeff T coming off like I guess they clowning him, but joking about it. Other people are joking about it. You know, whether it be just out of fun or whether it just be, man, just joking. But I understand people want to turn this into laughing, like just laugh. But it's like, I don't think we should turn this into a laughing matter. Like, we got to respect what Micheal Porter Jr. is being honest about his advices and him trying to do better. And we should all take this as a lesson. Like, dude, we need to get better as a human race and do better. Whether it be give our hearts to God or whether it just be self-improving ourselves as a person. Not feeding our flesh, but feeding our soul. Whether you want to believe in Christ or not, I'm just saying. So, I'm going to bring this up to say this. Because when he said, when he was like saying, I'm no better than you, and he was saying, I'm not perfect like y'all, like I have, you know, like I deal with things too. And I respect him saying that, because a lot of people coming up, now people are changing their minds, but coming up, or people probably still think the same way. But people think being famous or money and fame will solve all their problems. Even though we heard all the stories how money and fame can really hurt a person. You got to really be strong in the mental and also make good decisions, learn from your mistakes. Because when NBA players and NFL players and other players in that realm of professionalism, when they come into their first check and it's millions of dollars, or at least nearly millions of dollars, that's different. That hits different. You got to remember, even me, I go through my temptation. I did some things in the past that I'm not proud of, which I'm not going to really disclose here, but you got to think about it. If an everyday man or everyday woman can fall into temptation of different vices, whether it be drinking, drug addiction, lust, gambling, and also just living above their means, and they live in check to check, just imagine a person coming into millions of dollars, the first multi-millionaire in their family at the age of 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And remind you, I don't know Micheal Porter Jr. background. I don't know if he comes from wealth. I don't know if he comes from financial literacy. I don't know. But also, let's hold it to account of some of these people that's coming into that money at a young age don't even come from financial literacy. So they dads, they mothers, they granddads, they grandmothers, they aunties, they uncles don't even know how to move with that kind of money. They don't even know how to move with 19 an hour. They don't even know how to move with 20 an hour, if that. And they still gotta pay bills, and the check may not cover everything, and they still probably spending it on things other than necessities. They're spending it on materialistic things. So I said it to say this: players like Micheal Porter Jr., NBA players, professional athletes, they come into their wealth at that young age, their temptation is times 10. Now you got women throwing themselves at you. Now now it's easier to access. It's easier to access because you got the money. You got the money to buy the bar out. You got the money to buy the drugs, buy the weed, all the weed in the world, which can eventually lead to other hardcore drugs. Now you have the money to just throw it all away and be like, oh, I'll make it right back. Now you have the money to overly spend on cars, on clothes, on shoes, on jewelry, on ice, watch, rollie. So what Micheal Porter Jr. is trying to say is like, dude, like I'm really struggling and I'm trying to walk this path of faith of God. I don't know if he's trying to insinuate he's trying to go celibate, or maybe he's just trying to say like once in a while he does this thing with women, but once he does it once, he fall off the wagon and does it multiple times. I don't know what a man mind state is. I can only tell you what he's possibly insinuating are the possibilities, because you got to think about it. Let's make a comparison to all the stories of all the sports figures that we love that fell off the wagon or that became broke because falling into temptation, vices, and not moving smart, and not having a person to try to keep them on the right path, to tell them not to do it, and having a entourage that's allowing them to do stupid things. Let's first talk about Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is a Hall of Fame wide receiver from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He balled out, played for the 49ers, played for the Eagles, played for the Cowboys, killed it, did his thing, broke. Woman, child support, overly spending, broke. He went from multi-millionaire to, I think, 500K, 100K. Now, a person can be like, oh, 500K, 100K. He's not technically broke. He's not a millionaire no more. He is broke. Why is he broke? when you making that kind of money and you living above your means, whether you living as much as your check or living above your check, that's what that means. When you living above your means, living below your means is living a lifestyle below your yearly salary. Living above your means is living as much as you make in your check or living above that. This man Terrell Owens was having multiple foreign cars, houses, and then you got to think about, I don't know how many baby moms he got, would it be 1 or 2, but he went broke by having to pay child support. At one point, he was on I forgot which show that was called. He was on a talk show pleading with the mother of his children, like, to lower the child support. He don't make that much. This man went broke with child support, living above his means, not making good investments, and then on top of that, when you go broke like that, you gotta, if you can, liquidate everything. Liquidate your house, sell that, or unless it gets repossessed. Sell all your cars, or that gets repossessed. Sell all the jewelry, or that gets repossessed. So now you went from being a multi-millionaire to making only $100K a year now, which to the average person that's not broke, but to that person that's broke. There's different levels of being broke. Because that $100K still may not be enough, because he probably still got to pay off some debts, allegedly. He probably still got to pay child support, allegedly. I don't know. Then he got to make that stretch. Or that 100K to go to, that 100K can go to 90K, 80K, 60K, 50K. You get the message. And this is all alleged, but Terrell Owens is one of those players that went broke. Antoine Walker, who accumulated nearly north of 110 million, broke. His vices: he was gambling, woman, so child support, and then on top of that, living above his means. Cars, clothes, houses that he didn't need, jewelry. So vices and living above your means caused him to go broke. And then the gambling debt really hurt him, because in the news special, look it up, Antoine Walker going broke. In the news special, the reporter was like, so how much money do you have? And then he was like, it all depends how much debt that I can pay off. Come on, man. And then he had to play overseas somewhere, I think in a Puerto Rican league or a Cuban league, just to pay off debt. So the checks that he was getting playing overseas, he couldn't even enjoy that because he had to pay off gambling debt, which I don't even know how you can be in debt for gambling. I thought whatever money you put on the table shooting craps or blackjack, if you lose it, okay, you lose it. I didn't know it can be to where you get in debt for gambling, but he was in gambling debt. I don't know if he's still in gambling debt, but gambling, child support, living above his means, vices and living above your means caused him to go broke. We can't even get into people who still got money, who still got vices. We can talk about MJ, like Mike. MJ is one of the greatest, if not the GOAT. I respect MJ. MJ's not broke because he got MJ money. He got that jump man. But MJ had to pay a divorce settlement, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly alimony. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know about the alimony part, but I know he had to pay a major divorce settlement, which scares me to get married. That's a no way, Jose. You better sign that alimony. No, not alimony. You better sign that prenup. We want prenup. Cause I know I'm gonna make it, especially with the help of my subscribers. But that's besides the point. He had to pay a major divorce settlement. I don't know about alimony. I can be wrong about that, allegedly. And then, like I said, he got that Nike money, so he's straight. But even MJ, all the rumors, to the point where it's not even a rumor no more, we know MJ likes to gamble. Now, how deep he likes to gamble, it sounds like he knee deep, neck deep. He loves to gamble. Whether it be him gambling overseas or in the States. Whether it be him doing blackjack, whether it be him doing I don't know the different terminology, but I know it's not him doing the slot machine. MJ don't do no slots. MJ, either he with the dice, whether it be with the blackjack, whether it be with spades, it's gonna be on that table. It's gonna be on that table. To where he But see, MJ making money regardless. He making money in his sleep. From that Jumpman money, that Nike money. You know what I mean? And now MJ has given back to the communities, whether it be open up different health facilities and stuff. So I respect him for doing that. But if MJ did have that Nike money, he was just like all these other players, just only got NBA guaranteed contracts, he would be broke. But I'm pretty sure MJ made great investments. But my point is, people like that, with that kind of money, their temptation with vices and living above their means is times 10. Some people don't know how to discipline themselves. Let's give another example. My man, he's sitting in the league, Anthony Edwards, aka Ant from the Dirty South from Atlanta, playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. This man just, I'm gonna say, threw away. This man just threw away $1 million to pay this girl for child support for the next 18 years, so he won't have to worry about paying child support each month. That $1 million could have went to an investment. That $1 million could have went to somewhere that he didn't have to touch. That $1 million didn't have to be. But because Anthony Edwards, who's a baller by the way, putting in work by the way, because he wants to spread himself, because he wants to give himself to nearly every other IG by the way, let's just assume, because he don't look like a lame, but let's assume allegedly, let's assume that Anthony Edwards is tricking, allegedly. Because all these IG models not finna hop on a jet, or all these IG models not finna come to you without that money on. You gotta have money on. And whether you be tricking hand over fist, like, okay, I pay you that, and then I meet you at the hotel, or whether it be other ways of tricking. It's a bunch of tricks out here, y'all. Let's keep it real. Because if you know a girl not with you for your money, and you spending all this money on a date, you spending all this money in a Birkin, you spending all this money in a dress, a girl hit you with the, let's be honest, there's some girls that be like, if you want to keep me, you gotta buy me nice things, bruh. She look at you as a chick, and she's a gold digger. The only difference is she not walking on the stroll. The only difference is she not on escorts websites telling you this how much she want from in-call, and this how much she want for out-call. Let the church say amen. I'm giving y'all so much game right now. Come on, think about it. I'm not saying he's doing it. He may be perceived as a trick. Who knows? He probably got game. But all these IG models that he messing with want him for the money, man. So all these baby mamas you got, we don't know how long this NBA money gonna last. He with Adidas, but who's to say his Adidas? Like, he getting Adidas money for sure. So he got a second stream of income. But who's to say these shoes gonna sell out like the MJs, like the LeBrons, like the KDs? So all the money that Anthony Edwards is making, he gonna have to learn how to invest it, learn how to save it, and stop giving himself to every woman. Cause it's not only STDs it's not only baby mamas he gonna have to worry about, it's gonna be STDs he gonna have to worry about. It's gonna be falsely accused rape charges and assault settlements that he gonna have to worry about. Because if you're throwing $1 million away to this girl for child support for the next 18 years, a girl can probably be plotting on you. You take her back to the hotel room and to the crib. Next thing you know, make a Shannon Sharp move. He did this and did that to me, and then take you to court, and then you gonna have to try to settle outside of court for God knows how many millions to be like, all right, let's just settle this. So y'all gotta stop, man. But that could be another way of temptation and vices with that kind of money. Let's look into Zion Williamson. I'm giving y'all so many examples right now. Zion Williamson came into this league, I think, and then eventually got a contract worth $200 million. Now we can talk about him as a player. Whether you want to call him a bust or not, I got my feelings about him. Whether they say he's reliable when he's on the court, whatever. Personally, in his personal life, this man was plotting to just what's that term that they used in Coming to America? To soil his royal oats. This man been waiting on this moment to get that money to trick it off. Look at the baby mama he got. No disrespect. Now, she was on a reality TV. I think reality TV based on Boosie or whatever. She's on camera fighting, beating girls up. And this is not alleged. Even though I'm still gonna stay alleged anyway, because I'm not trying to, fight no case or be sued for defamation of character. But she allegedly was a Cam Soda model. If you know what Cam Soda is like a Instagram live for porn. Like, she was doing pornography or pornography things, doing explicit adult content. Let's put it like that. Explicit adult content on Cam Soda. Then you get her pregnant. Now what if she leaves you and then be like, okay, I want child support for this, that? But they haven't broken up, and she hasn't done that to him, and hopefully their relationship is going good. But then the only reason why we found that out is because old girl was mad about him getting her pregnant. She felt like that should have been her baby, her golden ticket. Do you know who that was? Flashback, Mariah Mills. Mariah Mills. This man was tricking nearly 100K allegedly on Mariah Mills, spending nearly $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on Mariah Mills, flying her out. Text messages allegedly offering her to move to New Orleans. I'll pay for the apartment. That man said, baby, I'll pay for the apartment. I'll put you in the 5-star apartments. This man Zion Williamson was tricking heavy. So not only was Zion Williamson falling into temptation with this lust, tricking off his money, and who knows, probably living above his means, which could lead him to go broke. And yeah, he probably making money from Jordan money, but who's to say how long his shoes gonna sell out like that? And I bring that up to say this: Jordan money is Jordan money. Shaquille O'Neal money is Shaquille O'Neal money. Tom Brady money is Tom Brady money. So them dudes probably blowing money like that because they still gonna keep getting money for the rest of their lives. Type of money. Even though I'm pretty sure they made investments, and also the endorsements, the lifelong endorsements, like LeBron lifelong endorsement with Nike, KD lifelong endorsement with Nike. And I'm pretty sure Kyrie Irving made smart moves, even though he got dropped from Nike after the whole anti-Semitic thing. So I say that to say this: Micheal Porter Jr. with this video is kind of like, I'm assuming, a plea for help, that he's trying to get better, walk with the Lord, and trying to explain to our viewers like he's really struggling with this NBA lifestyle in terms of lust, in terms of trying to move smarter, in terms of he don't want to be one of those dudes like Shannon Sharp had to deal with a grape or a sexual assault settlement that he has to pay because a woman falsely accused of sexual assault. Now he has to pay a settlement. He don't want to have to fall into that temptation of always dealing with lust, tricking off money, and then now she becomes your baby mama, and then now she gonna make you come more out of pocket each month. You making multi-millions, okay, 20, 30, 40, 50K worth of child support now. So now you gotta pay out of pocket for child support to a woman that's probably not even really have the mother mindset, or didn't want to become a mom. Use the baby as a golden ticket to get to now not have to work a job. So cause you getting paid 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. What does a child need 20, 30, 40, 50K a month? What child needs that kind of money? But we know what them women be doing with the check. He doesn't want to fall into the temptation like his brother, gambling. So I respect you, Micheal Porter Jr., coming forward. I respect you, Micheal Porter Jr., showing how hard it is to live this NBA lifestyle while trying to be a good Christian man, walking in the faith of Jesus and God himself. And I'm talking about the God up above. I'm not talking about the God below. I'm not trying to sound preachy. But the lesson here today, folks, for all my young men and women out there, whether you broke or not, if you broke, take the time to tell yourself it's gonna get better. Take the time and to the checks that you get to move smarter. Even me, I'm taking this time to move smarter with the money that I get, and know that I'm in a position right now, in a position of isolation, to learn how to make smarter moves, mentally, physically, and financially, or better yet, physically, mentally, and financially, because it starts today. It starts today that you learn how to make better decisions physically, mentally, and financially. So when you make it, you will already know what to do and be disciplined. So it's time to discipline yourself now while you're broke, while you're working a 9 to 5, while you're working a career job. Because if you be broke later on and spend your money later on, when you're at the age to where you can't hustle as hard no more, we're at the age to where you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, to where you can't make that money back, dude, you're screwed. So, you know, like I said, Micheal Porter Jr., I hope you watch this, man. From SL Sports Language KJ, I respect you. And just all from young people out there, man, when you come into the wealth, or even NBA players coming into that wealth, man, move smart, especially now more than ever. Don't be tricking off on these women like that. I get it. You a young man, temptation. You know what I mean? You're going to do your thing, have fun. If you're going to have fun, do it once in a while at least. Don't be spending, flying chicks out, 30, 40, 50K, 100K, getting them pregnant. Wrap it up. You know what I mean? Make sure you do it safely. Don't be slinging it everywhere. Move smart. Don't live above your means. Live within your means or below your means. Move as if you're broke. And there's 3 ways that a man can go broke. I'm now talking to my men. 3 ways that a man can go broke that I learned. Shout out to Nino Brown 305. Gambling, drugs, and women. So if you stay away from those 3 things as much as you can, especially like I said, men, sexual creatures, especially women too, but men more so. If anything, bro, stay away from the drugs and the gambling. Why do you want to gamble your money? The name of the game is gambling. That's luck. You can't live your life off of luck. I already live my life off of planning things out to where I know I'm going to receive income. To where I know if I plan this out and do it and work it to perfection, these are the results. When you gamble, you don't know what's going to be the result. So, hey man, same man. It's your boy KJ. Love, peace, and happiness. And this, KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast, SL, Sports Language, give you the latest news about sports. And I'll put it to you like this. If you got an opinion on what I say, debate me about it. If you disagree with what I said, debate me about it. Hold on. If you don't like what I said, debate me about it! Speaking of debate me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on, the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. God bless, man, and I'm out.